I don't care what stars they give you. You're a five-star. You've been a five-star. Which is much harder. Listen, man, University of Miami fans want to know one thing. Does the University of Miami have a chance to get James Green?
Definitely, they do have a chance.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida.
When you on the field, is it pregame? Like, is it ever? Are you ever afraid? Does you ever feel fear, or do you ever feel pressure?
Nervous.
You ever feel pressure?
Not one bit.
None of that.
No.
Who's been your tough defender? Like, who's guarded you the tough?
Yeah, who's tough for a good player?
I don't see nobody.
I knew this.
Nobody.
He was gonna give it the damn hood.
That's what I'm for. I'm a playmaker. I love receiving. I love to catch the ball. I love to go over people's head.
Yeah.
So I just gotta do what I do.
University of Miami, they land you, and then they land the number one. We call him football player, number one player in the nation, James Williams.
Yeah.
Both playing the same position, right? How do you envision that working? Are they telling you how this gonna work, or?
Well, I feel like me and James two different safeties.
Uh huh.
And I'm more of the ball hogging safety. He's more of the rangy playing, like you couldn't say like in the box, but like a striker position, strong safety.
Right.
And I'm more of the free safety. So I already know in practice that's gonna just build great competition. And when the game comes, it's gonna be easy.
That's what's
Because
up.
I know we go hand in hand because it's like we're the same person.
Right.
So he has like his strengths and weaknesses, and I have my strengths and weaknesses. And we're gonna he can feed off of me, learn how to, I guess, be more of the free safety, and I can learn off of him, be more of like a closer to the box safety.
Right.
So I feel like we're just gonna make each other better.
Yeah, James played free safety. He wanted to play free safety. He was big on that. But James don't never be back at free safety. James be close to the line, the linebacker sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that's
just him
yeah.
helping his team win.
That's his chess. Yeah, that's it. That's him playing chess with the team. I told him to
Yeah.
get. I covered James since he was that big, bro. I've known him all his life.
I just feel like every time it's just man on man. If he wins the battle, then that goes to play. He doesn't break on the run, or if this person like doesn't take that step, or certain things. It just, I feel like you beat your man every play,
Right.
you got the best chance to stop any team, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-star. Lean loyalty. 6'12", 276 pounds.
Yeah. After that, I just started going crazy. Tackles after tackle.
Yeah, the first play was like a tackle for loss, like 6.
Yeah.
No, they didn't touch you. Like,
Yeah, like they did.
explain to me, dog. Like, what is that about? Like, how do they not? You 6'5", 300 pounds.
I mean,
Is it something? Is it a swim move or something you do? Like, they don't see you. You're teleporting. What's going on?
I'm too fast for long.
They don't realize you that fast when the game starts. Like,
I'm gonna be the best player on the field. Like, I just gotta show the world. Like, I'm the true 50. I'm the next 56 up. The next. I'm gonna just go crazy this year. Like, show people like, wow, at 56. Like, show them like I want to take care of my mom. I want to put in a big house, stupid cars, hit pool in the backyard, put on for my brothers, my nieces and nephews, like coaches. I think all of them was for like having me here at this like position that I'm in now, because like it took hard work and dedication. Without all of them to guide me in the right path, I wouldn't be here today. So I think all of them for like helping me out. Like, yeah.
It's gonna take 3 motherfucking days, and that's what shit.
Big time players step up in big game. All the criticizing, all that, it's over, baby. Big time players step up in big game.
all right, man, what's going on? What's good? I'm D. talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. 786-405-9499 if you want to get down with IOD Squad. 786-405-9499 if you want to get down with IOD Squad, man. Make sure you hit the like button and share it to, man. Share it to the Kane fan, man. Share it for me, man. I know y'all just like coming in here and talk. Share it for me to the Kane fan, bro. About to bring my boy Rich in here. We're going to get in here. We're going to talk about some Deion and Eddie Robinson. What else going on? Hurricanes, and sit down and talk to Gaddis and Steele and Mario today. We're going to talk about that. And it's just a few other things, man. I hope y'all can hear me, man, because hope y'all can hear me. I'm trying a new system out right now. So I hope I'm good. I hope I'm straight. If you can hear me, give me thumbs up, bro. You have to scrap the whole thing and start on over. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Rich, you can hear me in the back. Give me a thumbs up, Rich. You can hear me in the back. Thumbs up. Yeah, man. Trying a new system out, man. Trying to see if I can. There we go. Good, sir. Good. So, yeah, share, man. Share it to the Kane fan right now. I'm trying something new, man. Hit the like button. No matter when you hear this, you can be listening to the replay, whatever. Hit the like button and share it to the Kane fan for me right now. Anyone, share it to the Kane fan for me right now. I know you got to have a Kane fan in your phone. Share it to that dude that only texts you when the Cane's losing. Oh, man, these dudes suck, man. I got a dude like that, man. My whole boy, PJ, man. PJ only texts me when the Cane's losing. Oh, man, these dudes suck, man. I ain't going to donate no more money to them, man. Heck, no, this is trash, man. Might as well kept money. Text it to that guy. Text it to that guy. Share it to him for me, man. Y'all, let's see how many people we can get in here. If we just work as a community, as a team, as a squad. Make the thing happen together. Y'all finished sharing it? I'm waiting on y'all, dog. And I'm going to share it on my side. So 786-405-9499 if you want to get down with IOD Squad. IOD Squad is where we invest at. We invest, we talk crypto, we talk NFTs, we talk every day we go in there, we get options, we talk about investing concepts, things, anything about investing, man. You could ask a question in there. There's a lot of information in there about the market and how the market works. Just trying to get people to do something different with their money. Look at their money different, bro. That's what we do in there. So click the link or just text us 786-405-9499. I'll put the link in the comment section sooner or later. Will Scott said, I thought y'all said the nightmare is over. Will Scott, it is over. You know what I'm saying? If you're counting this process with wins and losses, then it's not over for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not over for you. We should have hired Urban Meyer if we just wanted somebody to come in here and whatever Urban Meyer does, bring his whole crew in. But it is over. It is over. The nightmare of how the University of Miami program was being ran is over. And I'm going to keep saying, I think it's the answer to all the problems that we had. You just got to lay around for it. Shout out to Insane, man. Shout out to the football villains in here, man. Shout out to the football villains in here, man. Football villains in here, man. Drop an IOD Squad. Drop an IOD Squad emoji, dog. Drop an IOD Squad emoji. Football villains. We're going to get into a little bit, man, about this Eddie Robinson, Deion Sanders stuff. Let me bring a few villains in here today. See if we want to. So let's see if the villains want to get in here with us. The villains that ain't scared to talk. The villains that ain't scared to talk. Y'all know when we chose that name, football villains, man, we had a few people that was like, man, I don't want to be a villain. And they kind of like took it to heart. Like I was asking them to become a Joker and put on a mask or something, man. They're like, man, I don't want, why we gotta be villains, man? God don't like ugly. So listen, in the football villain group me, I'm gonna drop the link in there, man. One of y'all want to come on here and if you come on here, you gotta have your background quiet. Your background gotta be quiet. You don't have to be on video, but your background gotta be quiet, villains. So Medi, Cal, or whoever else think they can come here. We're gonna talk about Prime, and we're gonna talk about Eddie Robinson Jr. And get into a little bit of a few other things as I send out some of these links, man. Let me see. How was y'all weekend, man? What y'all did this weekend? Anybody did anything special this weekend other than watch that ass? Man, y'all know them people don't beat us 4 times in a row, man. That's crazy. Call Luke. You see them IOD Squad emojis? There it is. Kobe Young, Wild, put them in the game. Them people done beat us 4 times in a row, dog. 4. And the crazy part about it is it was 4 memorable wins. But let's get a little bit into this, man. Let's get a little bit into this. Let's see. Into this Prime. This is funny. Let me see. So we're gonna get into this, dog.
If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? Baby, who is SWAC? Who is SWAC? Oh, breathe. I wake up motivated. 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 I wake up trying to bless somebody, inspire somebody, encourage somebody, help somebody to the next level. I got time today. I got time today. I got time. I got time. I got time today. I got time today. I got time today. I got time. I got time. I got time today.
I like big girl.
If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC?
The big girl.
If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? Baby, who is SWAC? Who is SWAC?
One more time.
SWAC. If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? Baby, who is SWAC? Who is SWAC? Breathe. I wake up motivated. 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 I wake up trying to bless somebody, inspire somebody, encourage somebody, help somebody to the next level. I got time today. I got time today. I got time. I got time. I got time today. I got time today. I got time. I got time. I got time today. Who is SWAC? If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If I
You see how
SWAC,
easy it is to make music?
SWAC, baby.
And I know y'all be saying to yourself, "Oh, and he just made that's some Instagram stuff. He just made some Instagram." Bro, listen, there's no rules to music. That sounds good. You bob your head to it. That is music.
Right.
There's no rules to music. Boom, boom, shh. Boom, boom, shh. Roddy, yaddy, ya. We will. If it works, it works.
It's the state of mind the beat put you in.
If it works, it works. So I got my boy. I got Manny in here now. Sound like he in the tank. I got KB. One of y'all got feedback. I got KB in here. I got Rich in here. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up?
So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into this, man. We're gonna get into this. Deion Sanders, Eddie Robinson. Deion goes to play Alabama State. Alabama State puts Deion as their homecoming. If you don't know anything about that, in the hood, homecoming mean, oh, we're gonna kick their ass. But that's not what he was doing because he knew that he couldn't beat Jackson State. Deion felt like he was saying, hey, listen, we'll bring Jackson State in here. We'll make it homecoming. We'll cash in on today. We may not beat Jackson State, but we're going to get this money. We may get an L out of it, but we're going to get this money. So Deion looked at it that way, and then so Deion went into Conor McGregor mode. Talking trash, hyping the game. But I guess he didn't reach out to Eddie Robinson and said he was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He just did it. That's what he's saying in hindsight. They played the game. They saying Deion was up, 26-12, 40 seconds left, still throwing bombs. Eddie Robinson sent the blitz. And then after, Deion goes to walk up to, let me see, I know this is everywhere. Deion goes to walk up to Eddie Robinson to shake his hand. He shook his hand, and he went to give him a hug, and Eddie Robinson, stiffed on him. And then Deion knocked his arm out the way. And all of that started, and everything you've seen after that. If you didn't see that this weekend, then you must be. I don't know. You must be under a rock. And somebody did. I was talking to somebody today, Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes hadn't seen it until today. And I had at least 4 people sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? At least 4 people sent it to me. I don't know if it's on Deion's page. Let me see. I don't think it's on Deion's page. Yeah, but basically, man, it's us once again being very violent, very cold with us. And then they put out the pictures of him after UCLA kicked his ass, and he was all buddy. Hey, y'all cut the check. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Robinson. But some of the things he said. And I got where he was going, but his stance to me just sounded like our old way of thinking, bro. Like our old combative recrips y'all bloods, our old way of thinking, and we don't handle other people like that. We only handle each other like that. Rich, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? I mean, yeah. Honestly, when you look at what Sanders was doing throughout the week, he was trying to hype the game up. He knew that this was a money game. I mean, good, bad, or indifferent, it's the truth. So he's trying to hype the game up, trying to make a bag for everybody. And Eddie Robinson is in his feelings because sometimes it's some stuff that you kind of hold back. You don't say because you don't want to look like you a hater.
Right.
So you don't say it. But it came out. Eddie Robinson was like, he ain't SWAC, I'm SWAC. Basically what he's saying is, yeah, I got the pedigree. You know what I'm saying? I got the last name. I'm the one who put in the blood, sweat, and tears. And here this joker come, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere just because he's NFL Hall of Famer. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just because your son played quarterback and you trying to take over what I done built. And you just got to give credit where credit is due and not be a hater. Because at the end of the day, Sanders made the bag drop for everybody. And Sanders it's this is an awareness thing. Sanders thinks everybody thinks like me. Everybody knows that this is just music, right? Everybody knows that this is just, you know what I'm saying, entertainment. And it's not really like that. Some people take it serious. Some people don't know. So it's a lesson that Sanders learned, but Eddie Robinson, unfortunately, you gonna take the L for it because all the hype that Deoin was building for the game was for your bag. So it kind of makes him look kind of interesting.
You say interesting, huh? Cal, what you thought
Yeah.
about it?
A lot of what Rich is saying is right, and I think both parties are both parties are at fault for whatever we deem as the negative part of it. But both parties also have to come to some kind of understanding. And I think the best thing said was yeah, you doing this all week, but bro, you didn't reach out to Eddie and say that. And that's the thing, like with being sometimes it's like a lone wolf, even though you may be doing it for the betterment of the SWAC, bro, you got to include the other guys. You know what I'm saying? And you got to sit down with these coaches and y'all have some meetings, get to know each other before the season kicks off, before you just come in and be the alpha male of the SWAC. You know what I'm saying? Before you kick in all the doors and you do everything, and like Rich say, you think everybody thinking like you. It's not like that. Everybody ain't been where you been, or became that callous to it's just music, it's just the show. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't there yet. For Eddie, this is a lifelong thing full of blood, sweat, and tears coming from his dad, you know what I'm saying, and his family. So it's a little different. At the same time, all that being said, like it's not like we haven't seen this in the big in college football as far as the bigger programs. It's not that we haven't seen it, in the NFL, but we tend to start looking at each other like, oh, crabs in the barrel, oh, violence, whatever, whoop, whoop. But we've seen coaches go after each other, and it was just football. It was just done after that. No, I get it though. We want to try to set a bigger message because we have a bigger thing going on, but it's football. Coaches do get mad, do get greasy. We've heard this before about running up the score, coaches getting mad. Like this ain't nothing just happened that was new. We've heard all this before. So to me, it's kind of a like Rich say, it's a learning moment for both parties. And I think if Dion does wants to head this thing, he should get those guys and y'all rally around each other. Y'all sit and talk, figure out what's the best thing for the SWAC, and not just your school or his school.
Hmm. And
No, that's
Dion
a
kind
good
of
take.
struggled with that.
That's a good take on that, Cal. I mean, that's another way to look at it. It does happen a lot. My only thing is, I just don't ever see. I don't ever see us doing like black coaches doing that to any other race. You ever seen it before? Like you ever seen? Like I wouldn't see that. It's almost as if with us there's a comfortableness that we're comfortable disrespecting each other.
Hmm.
Well, it is. I mean, a lot of that a lot of that it depends on where you at. Like us disrespecting each other is more of a challenge. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying about that, but it's more of a challenge. Like I know what I could do to this other person or whatever, but at the same time, when I'm challenging this other person, I could get in more trouble for it. So I'm more likely to not do that or not back down, or also maybe I expect that I'm more mad at this guy because I expected him to understand as opposed to these people over here. So that's a right opinion to have on it or whatever. But like I say, at the end of the day, it's football. Shit happens.
I will say this though, it's also something about valuing each other, right? Because everybody knows what Dion has accomplished, and everybody understands that Dion does not have to be there. And I think that in our community we do struggle with valuing or placing value on someone's greatness or somebody's image, because you know what I'm saying, just like in the hood, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be a dick rider, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think that we really do carry that mantra where we like, we don't care who you are. And I get it because you got to have two sides to that. The first side is you always want to be inclusive of, your people. You want to be inclusive, yes. But you could also give people their flowers too and recognize their genius and not just be like, oh, he on some ish. Nah, really recognize their flowers. And yes, Street, I would have to say this too. Don't get it twisted because we've always heard about running up the score. With like Oklahoma was notorious for that, and all of those blue blood schools. And you had, coaches that had their disputes as well. So I would say this in the world of football, this is not new. So I don't want nobody to take it as this is what we do when we get together and we got to run something. No, in the world of football, this is common. Overall, I'm saying, just as a people, those two messages are different. I do want to distinguish that though, because you do want to recognize the genius that Deion has. Because I do remember him having certain ideas and wanting to pull coaches together, and it didn't necessarily happen that way. So, and this is kind of what you get when you don't kind of form a brotherhood. But at the end of the day, don't get it twisted. Football is football. So we've seen this happen time and time again in the football world.
True.
Like you can't make yourself part of that too. Like I say, learning experience. Like you can't always be the show. We understand that you are prime time, and like I say, I'm not choosing sides at all. It's a learning experience for both, but you can't always be prime time. What I mean is, I get it. Every game you walk the whole stadium or whatever, I get that, cool. But every game can't be all eyes on me. You can't be walking through the like. How often do you see that? Coaches walking through the other teams, you know what I'm saying? Warm up and shit. Nobody does that kind of shit. Like
You
I
said
don't.
the kids
You know what I'm
was
saying?
cussing
Like,
at him, right?
what the fuck you doing over there? It's like you shouldn't be in ear.
Come on,
You shouldn't
let's
be
see.
within
Let's
ears
see if
and
we can hear him
cussing
cursing.
at you.
Let's see if we can hear him cursing.
They came to see prime time.
Oh. But yeah, that's football though. Yeah, he ain't got
Right. But you hear what they saying, like, dude, well, what you saying on that nigga over here? You know what I'm saying? We hear what they saying. You ain't got no business over there, prime, and especially you ain't like you going over there shaking hands and speaking to the guys. Say, hey man, we're gonna go out and have a great game. And I know this is my prime. You know what I'm saying? But it is a bit of a showmanship. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what are you
It
doing?
is.
That's not something that should be taking place.
You flex it. He
Right.
Yeah,
you know that,
flexing.
man. He flexing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the response he should have got though. To be honest with you, that was the like Eddie didn't want to hug him. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of pushed him.
All right. Even that another showmanship. All right, fine. So we like it's easy for people to say, oh, he was being a hater, but okay, cool. At this moment, all he did was give the handshake. I'm not giving, and he explained it. He's like, bro, you ain't finna be doing all that, and then you finna get the hug like we friends or whatever. But I gave you the customary handshake and that. Prime is the one pushed them all. You know, like dang, bro, it go both ways. Like, did you really have to do all that? Prime, you could have tried to just stop him a little bit and talk to him, bro, but you pushed off his arm and stuff because the man ain't want to give you the hug or whatever. But y'all don't have no real relationship, so what do you expect? So I say it just go both ways.
I see it now because
I think the independent thinking though, like this goes right back to Afro guy taking the knee. What his name is? What his name is? The quarterback Kaepernick taking the knee, right? And then you had DJ Williams them saying basically he took a knee, but we didn't. There was nobody telling us what to do. Like we didn't have any protocol. Like he on one side of the country, we on one side of the country. We ain't talk to him. Like maybe we should follow him in brotherhood, but we don't. What's next? What's the plan? I think it's like, okay, your goal to schedule us in here today was to make money. Even if they didn't talk, right, Kyle? Obviously, you know you weren't gonna beat us. So why else would you schedule us on your homecoming? You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, okay, well, he talking crazy, he doing this, he doing that. All right, well, how can I hype? It's almost like, well, how can I hype it then? Because it's business.
Right.
It's not personal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's big. You schedule this for some business, right? To get money. So it's not personal. So he over there yapping, doing what he doing. It's the show. He walking around, yada, yada, yada. You schedule this to make money. Business. All this, we ain't whoop the whoop at the end. Kyle got me saying whoop the whoop. God, please take whoop the whoop out of my vocabulary. Give it back to Kyle. Give it back to Kyle. God, please. But so that's what I'm saying. So it's almost like it's business. It's almost like, because the only thing it could be, see how that's personal right there. The only thing it could be is business, because you scheduled this to make money. So even if I'm talking trash, I'm Conor McGregor and I'm calling your mama a coon or whatever you're doing, right? Mayweather, it's business. We're not finna get into a brawl. So Mayweather know it's business. So hey, listen, I say something back to you.
Right.
Even without us talking, but here hit Eddie Robinson right here.
And so you're not gonna be disrespectful the whole week in the media. We didn't talk in the pregame. I was out there the whole time at the 50-yard line. He walked through our whole offensive, our whole huddle on our end zone, and came a long way around to get to his side of the field in the pregame. Thought that wasn't classy at all. And so in the postgame, I'm not about to give you the Obama bro hug. I'm gonna shake your hand and I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna always be respectful and respect the game. You know, you got the great guys, W.C. Gordons, Eddie G. Robinson, those guys, Marino Chasm. I'm living on the shoulders of the SWAC. He ain't SWAC. You know, I'm SWAC. He ain't SWAC. So he's in the conference and doing a great job. Can't knock that.
What did he mean by he ain't SWAC, I'm SWAC?
He ain't put the work in. Like he coming in, right? He put the work, not just from the block, but you ain't put the work in. Like don't get me wrong. Like he said, I appreciate everything you're doing, and you know you're doing a great job and all that kind of stuff, bro. But we've been here, blood, sweat, and tears, sweating it out. When it didn't look like it was any light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? But then you come in with your resources and your name and shit, and it's like you not dominating the conference, not on play, but just you are the mouth of the conference all of a sudden. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't come here disrespecting us, even though, okay, you may be trying to hype up the game or whatever, but you understand and you know you got more resources and a better team. You know we really don't have a chance to beat you guys. You know that. So why are you trash talking this game all week? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm not saying anything back. So you got to look at it from that angle too. Like you can't, dog. How? Like it's just like Mike Tyson trash talking like a guy that's like 0-18. Mike, what you trash talking for? You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, we know we can't do this. So so I get like all that pent up frustration he had, and like you say, I was respectful. I gave him his handshake, but you weren't finna get the Obama bro hug. Like that ain't even necessary, you know. So I and that's me too. Like I'm not, if I got something for you, some kind of respect, yeah, I'll probably give you that. But if it's just business, let me give you this handshake and walk off. It don't have to be anything else.
I feel you, Cal.
I think more than anything, what Deion is showing them is a blueprint. I think so. Even if you don't have the power or the leverage that Deion has, but he's showing you a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could pull out cameras and do the media thing that Deion them do. Anybody could do that. You can do that with your local media people right in your school and put yourself on a different platform and show people you having fun. And I think he's showing them a blueprint on how they, and the things that he talk about is like, yeah, we got to stop doing this, we got to stop doing that. Now I'm gonna tell you this: everybody I know that met Deion doesn't think Deion is this cool guy. Everybody doesn't, you know what I'm saying, think Deion is this cool. I know some friends who had interaction with him, and they like, nah, man, they didn't understand where he was coming from. You know what I'm saying? To this day, they didn't understand where he was coming from.
What's going on, gents?
What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up?
I tried to get on the goddamn cell phone, but that shit was tripping. So, oh well.
Nah, you good. So here, I'll let y'all listen to the rest of it. Here we go. Because there's one thing he's saying here to me that is really significant. We're talking to media now. This is a press conference.
A great team. Son should be up for the Heisman Trophy win. I love Shador. Great player. I love what he's doing for the conference. Probably one of the best things we had since that Steve McNair when he was in there. Love all of that, but you're not gonna come here and disrespect me and my team and my school, and then want to bro hug me. Shake my hand and get the hell on.
Hey, no, but wait. One thing I wanted to say was this about the SWAC thing. Like, I'm SWAC, you're not SWAC. Like that. Why are we always trying to own something that ain't ours? Like, we always trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like 51st Street boys, 52nd Street. Like, we always trying to own something that ain't ours instead of just like. No, nigga, one of y'all motherfuckers SWAC. Like,
I gotta get deep on this one again, huh? It's nothing wrong with him, and I'm not condoning him saying the whole "you not SWAC" thing. I don't agree with that at all. I do believe that there is there's an understanding amongst our people that we don't in fact own anything. But that is one of the few things that we actually can kind of claim to ours. I understand both sides of each of those people's position. I'm not condoning or saying that any one of them were more right or wrong than the other, but I get it. From Eddie's point, that's his name, right? Eddie Robinson, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of this was him being butthurt, if we just being honest. That's what it boils down to. But at the same time, I wholeheartedly believe that his stance in this is that, and I don't understand we get mad about the game. Looks somewhat competitive. Like, I'm pretty sure like Deion first game, like he blasted somebody like in that conference like 70 or something. Like,
he done blasted everybody this year, bro.
Yeah, he beat them by 14.
That was the closest game.
Yeah, so I don't understand. And he told him, he's like, I hope you here next year. I hope you don't take no P5 job. Line that shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. But him getting all like some type of way about a handshake or a hug or whatever the case may be is a little bit ridiculous. I think I get this point where he's saying like, hey, shake my hand, carry on. But at the same time, it wasn't as if it was something so egregious. Like, like they just kept running the score up. Yeah, they did some things that was extra. But compared to what they were doing to other teams, I think that, and I hate this because I don't like this shit about the Canes either, but you take that moral victory, you keep it pushing, like, and from what Deion, and I don't know if Deion is just saying it for the media and the cameras, he was kind of like, hey, first thing I told him was like, hey, man, you got them boys right, you got them ready to play. I don't know if that was said or not, right? We don't know, we'll never know the inner workings of that conversation, but I think a little bit got to kind of, it's a little give and take. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a competitive game. He didn't blow you out. He had to feel some type of way because he felt like, they were trying to run the score up. Deion felt some type of way because they kept blitzing. So that's competitive nature, man. It's football. That's just what it boils down to. All this getting upset and, I ain't shaking your hand. Like, it just looks bad on us. And like I said, in the conference that because now this is the story, right? This is everybody. It's not about the team or that the game was competitive or that, they gave, the conference, elites, quote unquote, something, to kind of think about and hang their hat on. The story's about, he didn't shake this man's hand. Now it's like two black men once again. And already in a news cycle that already got, one teammate earlier this week or last week slapping the shit out or punching the shit out of his other teammate. It's just bad for the culture. And like like I said, in a society where we don't technically own anything, this one thing that we kind of have our own, it kind of it brings a bad light to it because then it seems as like, yeah, man, that these dudes on their own stage and it's the best they can do. You know what I'm saying? So Deion's a fan.
Go ahead.
And
Wait, 1 second. Smooth, 1 second. Smooth, if you want to call in, I just put the y'all want to call in and actually basically ask a question. I'm gonna keep y'all to like a minute or 2 minutes. But if y'all want to ask a question or call in and have some input, just text us 786-405-9499. Yeah, just send us a text. Did y'all see Draymond Green apologize?
What the hell
That sounded sincere though, dog.
I don't care how it sounded. You gotta get rid of him. That's not
teammates fight all the time. They just don't tell us. They say Michael Jordan was punching people in the face daily.
I get that. Look at, okay, think about it. This is different if Steph Curry punched, which I don't think he would do because he light skinned, but if Steph Curry punched something like that, that's a different category. Steph Curry is the proverbial Michael Jordan of that team, right? Uh-huh. When you with an elite and you like, man, yeah, I'm like, because I heard, Michael Jordan did do some unsavory shit in his time with the Bulls. But when you a Draymond, who is he is the Dennis Rodman of that team, and you do some shit like that. If Dennis Rodman did that on a Jordan-led, Bulls team, they probably got. Well, I don't know. It was a different league back then because they were saying checking and fighting and doing all kinds of stuff. So that's different. Now everything's got a camera attached to it. But I don't know. I feel like if he did that to you do that to a teammate and you're not that guy like that, I don't know. I don't think that's something you can just be like, all right, we good, right? Let's dap this shit up and keep it moving. Like,
you think Draymond Green is the Dennis Rodman of that team?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that. You think that too? Talk to him, Kyle.
I think so too.
I don't agree.
Talk to him, Kyle. Y'all must be don't remember what Dennis Rodman did, like literally did on the court.
Dennis Rodman's stature is way higher than Draymond Green's stature, even though I understand the importance of Draymond on that team and the intangibles and all that. Dennis Rodman, look, let's put it this way. If you're saying that he's that, right?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman called Phil y'all know the story. Dennis Rodman called Phil and said, bitch, I need a vacation. Dennis, it's the middle of the season. What are you talking about? Hey, bro, I need a vacation. I'm tired of you. And they gave it to him. They let him go to Vegas, come on back, whatever. Draymond can't pull that. Draymond don't have that kind of stature. They're not going to even entertain nothing like that. Not saying that they would have to let him do it, but they're not even going to sit down. That's not going to be a conversation. They might trade Draymond tomorrow if he said some shit like that. And Rodman was doing a lot of wild stuff as it was. And I want to say he did get into a fight with. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was before he got there when he swung on Pippen. But Rodman was doing all this wild stuff, and they was not finna get rid of Rodman like at all, like never. Draymond been in Draymond staying in Golden State has been up for a debate for like 4 years now. You know what I'm saying? That would have never been the case with Rodman. So,
right. Shout out to Ham 305. 1 second, man. Shout out to Ham 305 with the 199. Eddie hate that prime winning. Easy to see. I mean, that game was on ESPN, right?
What game?
Was it an ESPN game?
What game?
The game they just played.
Alabama State and Jackson State.
Yeah, it was probably like on ESPN Ocho or some shit.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I think because I think I was watching it. I think I watched the replay on ESPN at Tootsie's. It was kind of hard because I had Caliente sitting on my lap. I was trying to think. But here, you had something else you want to finish saying, man? I'm gonna play the rest of the video.
Oh yeah, I was just telling Kyle, like, I'm talking about like the role that he played on the team, like, as far as like getting in the paint, getting dirty, being that fired up teammate, protecting the star player.
I think he's one of the leaders, though. I think
he's because he's been there on a winning team, or is he someone that because in my opinion,
Draymond Green is like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't know if either one of y'all got it right. I think Draymond Green is one of the leaders on that team. I think y'all look at Stephon Curry, right? And y'all see him scoring.
No, he is. You know that.
Yeah. Right. I don't think he punched him like that. I don't think he punched him like that if he's not the lead, one of the leaders, and he knows that nothing's going to happen to him. You see that coach coming over there right before he punched him because that coach probably knows he done did it before.
Right.
So yeah. I think he knows. Now what we don't know what that was about, boy. Them dudes be doing all type of shady stuff to each other in them locker rooms, man. But I'm gonna see. Here go the rest of the video.
Period. You got the W. Great job. I hope he comes back next year. I pray he don't get a Power 5 job.
That part right there. When you're talking to the media, right? I pray he don't get a Power 5 job. If people cared enough, right, about the SWAC, those are the type of sound bites people take and they just run with them.
Right.
Jay Robinson said he prayed Deion don't ever get a Power 5 job. Black on black cry. Crabs in the bucket.
And he blocking his blessing.
We know what his intent was. We know what he was saying. But those type of sound bites, that's why Cristobal come in there and be like, yeah, do everything like you do anything, and blah, 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 blah. And then Gaddis coming in and it's like, look, Coach Gaddis, you plan on bringing your ass down to the field? Well, I planned on doing a lot of things last week. Last week we planned on going to Disney World. We planned on that's why they talk like that. So you don't catch them with saying, I pray Prime don't ever get another goddamn job. That's why they talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get those sound bites. Man,
that's why I don't think that's why I don't think he's really like hating like people think it is. Because I think for him it was about, like you say, for Deion it was business, but for Eddie this was about football. Coaches get pissy when they lose games and guys run up the score or whatever it may be, whatever he deemed as disrespect. I just feel like to him it was about football. That's why he said that. No, I want him to come back. I want to whoop his ass. So in him it's football. My opinion.
They do. They do get weird. One thing I realized when we used to have our 7-on-7 tournaments, right? And I never paid attention to. I wasn't comfortable with the tournaments because it felt like you're a baby. You didn't want nothing to go wrong. But I never paid attention to. I could walk on the field at a game. It's the first quarter, and instantly, I bet you none of y'all never thought about this. Instantly, I could tell you which team winning and which team losing without looking at the score. Whoever's complaining about the referees is losing. Here go Kyle. Here go one of my mental things. You always say, I see. I mentally, who's ever complaining about the referees is who's losing. The winning team never complains about the referee. So instantly, I know who's losing by who's complaining about the referees, and that's when I realized that, oh, you can't fix that. You can't fix that. That's the emotions that Cal is talking about. Like after you lose, you know what I'm saying? I get it. It's homecoming, and they fought. You know what I'm saying? They fought Jackson State. Did Travis Henry play? Cost came $10 paid. Prime said HBCU don't make money underpaid. Prime said HBCU don't make money underpaid. Trump gave HBCU $250 million. Biden took it away. This money could have been shifted around. Anybody want to tear that apart? Sorry, the cost came to $10. We appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig that one up. I ain't never heard that.
Y'all remember Trump was in there with all the HBCUs? Y'all remember that picture?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Trump gave HBCU $250 million, and Biden took it away. This money. Yeah, but money for what though? Like, I mean, where did the money get dedicated? Like,
President Donald Trump on Thursday signed a bipartisan bill that will permanently provide more than $250 million a year for the nation's historically black colleges and universities, along with dozens of other institutions that serve large shares of minority students. Something about him saying, when I took office, I promised to fight for HBCUs, and my administration continues to deliver.
What he said, though?
When I took office, I promised to fight for HBCUs, and my administration continues to deliver. If he wants to go, funding for HBCUs is in jeopardy, but the White House and Congress came together and reached a historic agreement.
Well, here's one. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I ain't gonna keep reading that shit. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it might be one of those things where, because what the things that we know is, did they not file suit against, I guess, the federal government or some entity, or maybe that was just the HBCUs in Florida, because of money that was not being distributed properly. So that was an issue. Of course, we also know about what happened with FAMU at the beginning of the season and all of their stuff not being matriculated properly for players to get on the field. Part of it had to do with funding. So it's always kind of, I would say that this is not new. I think that HBCUs always kind of go through this hurdle where they give you the money, but then there's a fiduciary that exists between the HBCUs and the money. Now you got to get the fiduciary to sign off on stuff, and then they can push back and say, well, what are you going to do with the money? And if you ain't got a plan for it, we ain't going to give it to you. So you have stuff like that happens.
What's the fiduciary? What's the fiduciary? So
fact, I actually sat on a board in South Carolina called Low Country Alliance for Model Communities, and we were awarded with, I think it was like $3 million because they were trying to build something in predominantly Black community where it added pollution to the community. So we won $3 million because of it. However, the city of North Charleston put together this committee, and the committee did not look like us. And this was the fiduciary board, and it literally took 2 years to get the money out of the hands of the city of North Charleston. And basically what a fiduciary is, they're the ones responsible for how you spend the money. So they can say to you, let's say it's a board of folks that's been appointed. They can say to you, well, because you don't have a clear plan for what you're going to do with this $500,000, even though you can have a plan for everything else, they can say, well, this $500,000 isn't accounted for, so we can't approve your plan at all. So next month, come back with a new plan. Gotcha. And then but here's the crazy part. Let's say they know next month they're supposed to vote on something. They could have like 3 board members not show up. And they say, well, I guess we got to vote on it next month because these 3 board members not here. So sorry, I can't get y'all money yet.
Gotcha.
So
listen. So I mean, all in all, nobody's going to die. I think all publicity is good publicity. Whatever. They got Alabama State. Eddie Robinson got his face all over the thing. Now we walk in houses, people recognize him. I mean, nobody's gonna die. Nobody's at war. Sometimes you just gotta flip things and make them work for you. I had a press conference today. We talked to Mario. Got to see a Royal today. I was on camp and saw a Royal today, man. Full leg brace Royal has on. I can only think that something extensive happened to his leg. We also saw a lot of Keontra Smith in the game Saturday, right?
Yes, we did.
I think Steed got banged up. Actually, I know Steed got banged up. Why am I talking like this? I saw him today walking, had a boot on. So I guess that's why we saw a lot of Keontra Smith. So I guess we're getting closer to the Wesleys and the Chase Smiths. A lot of you guys have been asking to bring them in. So listen, today, like I said, Coach Steele, a lot of times, man, he stays out the cool dude and talk to us, man. Cool, really cool dude. I mean, one thing he say is that, Hey man, I've been around a lot of the great ones. Osborne, Bowden, Saban. He's this second time he said this now. He says Mario's the guy. For the guy who texted earlier in the comment section saying, "Street, I thought you said the nightmare was over." He said Mario's the guy. I know what it looks like. I've seen it numerous times. That's how he feels. He said that to us numerous times. Gaddis comes out and says emphatically, we threw the ball too much. We have to figure out a way to add physicality to what we're doing. We can't throw the ball. Basically, we can't throw the ball that much. Now, I'm going to go ask every last one of y'all. Either. Now, it's a press conference. Everybody's going to get to see it. Either he's putting that out there for Virginia Tech to go ahead and eat it, or Gaddis really feels that, hey, listen, for this thing to work, because he said it, for us for you to win, you got to be balanced in some way. You have to be able to run the ball. Cal, my offensive guru, Cal. Cal, what you think? What do you think about that comment, though?
I don't think it's smoke. I think he really mean it. It's just like I say, game to game, every game is gonna be different, bro. You just can't be too stubborn with it. But I think he means it, and I think he wants to be balanced. So I don't think that was smoke for the other team.
Nah, Manny, what you think about that?
I've been I talked about it. I said for a while, you know what I'm saying, that that style of offense was gonna work. It's the same shit we did last year. And it taking that time to simply focus on just passing. And I agree, passing 50 times is crazy to me. I mean, it looks good on the stat sheet when it's all said and done, but like I said, I think we only mustered like 32 yards of actual like rushing yards. So I kind of spoke on it already. I'm not gonna beat that dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Like this week we got to figure out a way to be balanced. Like good football teams know how to effectively run and pass. And it starts in the trenches, obviously. So whenever they get that squared away, then we'll be in good shape.
What you think, Rich?
Got a couple comments. So my take on what I saw overall was number one, Gaddis is correct, because you want to be efficient. If you're going to throw the ball over 50 times and you only score 24 points, that's a problem first and foremost, because that means all the times you threw the ball, you weren't reaching the end zone. So what were you really doing? That's first and foremost. Second of all, you have to be able to have balance when it comes to run game versus pass game, because your offensive line play is going to be different. And if you don't have an offensive line that can muster up that mean streak when it's called upon, you have a pretty weak offensive line. And we saw that against UNC, because everybody was running the ball against UNC and we couldn't run the ball against them. We saw just number 70, man. He was getting handled. And it shouldn't look like that. So yeah, we got to have more balance. But I would also say this too, because we are going to make mistakes, because we have young players coming in the game, like we saw Kobe Young come in the game. We have to also spot our mistakes as well. We should put up 14 points just to cover the spread on our mistakes, because we had the mistake with the fumble from Jalen Knighton. We also had the busted coverage. And if we start understanding ways in order to, I guess, act as a safety valve for the mistakes that we are going to make, then we'll start understanding how to win, and we'll also start understanding how to have balance. So I guess my point is, we're not as efficient when when we're passing over 50 times a game. And the name of the game for offense, from when I look at it, is efficiency. So I forget who I saw play. It was on Sunday, but they threw the ball like 16 times, and they had and it wasn't Josh. I know Josh had that big game. Looked like Middle Tennessee playing Pittsburgh, but it was somebody else. But it was like 21 passes, and they had over 300 yards, and I was like, that's the way it's supposed to look. Not 50 something passes and you have 400 yards. Nah.
Somebody,
I mean,
so in the space the other night, they were asking, they were like, even with the efficiency and the great game that TBD had, at any point in time, did it feel like TBD was dominating that game? For people who watch it on TV, cause and the people who, if you were there, did it feel like he was dominating that game?
It felt like, to me, he was in the rhythm. It didn't feel like dominating. It felt like he was in the rhythm that I was just happy to see.
Yeah, I think it's more about rhythm. You're right, Kyle. It wasn't really about dominating. It was about getting his confidence back, which I think he got. So now let's take that and let's see if we can work with it. But I think one of the first things, even with the balance, even if we don't get balance, is we have to know how to spot ourselves, because that way we don't beat ourselves. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you know you're going to make 3 or 4 mistakes because you got a young defense, or your offense is still trying to learn what they need to be doing, then you got to be like, look, however good we think we're going to be, let's do that plus another 14 points, because we got to spot ourselves.
Right.
And they got to learn how to do that.
Hey, once 786-459-9499, y'all want to get down with IOD Squad. Like I was showing y'all the other day, for people who think that the market is down and the market is red and it's crashing, you can't make money from the market crashing. This is a guy right here, man. Didn't know anything about investing and trading. Made $60,000 last Friday. 62 actually, to be exact, on SPX. It went up 20%. I mean, for you smart people, you do the math. But he made $62,000. That was Friday. I'm gonna bring him in here. I'll bring him in here this week, man. And he'll talk to y'all about. He know nothing about trading. You know nothing about trading. You know what I'm saying? Until he met me, and that's what he's doing. So big time that for the people who think that, okay, listen, I wish the market started going back up. No money. You make money with the market going up and down. So text us 786-459-9499. We'll send you a link. You about to bring Derek from Jacksonville in here, man. Derek asked a few questions, man. Derek.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Derek, man?
Hey, how you doing?
You chilling?
Yeah, man. I'm
Sounds sad, man.
No, at first,
So let me set it up. Wait a minute. Y'all drove down here from where? Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
Derek them drove down here from Jacksonville to come to the game, him and his homeboys. So all that, so there are fans across Florida and across the world that are real like Hurricane fans, and they come to every game and they, you know what I'm saying, they dedicate themselves to the team. After that game, Derek, how you felt, bro?
I guess I'm a lot. I'm caught up, with the majority of the fan. We delusional at times because he inherited this team and he hasn't had time to put it together. Each game I'm watching, when you see a deficiency in the game, the next game they correct it, but then something on the other side messes up, and it's just the same thing. You see, we trashed up DVD, we trashed up Will Mallory, we trashed up a couple of other players, and then in that game they showed up. But then the players that was playing consistently, they let us down. I mean, the same. And I said this on the Twitter thing. When the first season first started, and we was all talking on that Twitter space y'all had, I was highly concerned with the cornerbacks and the safeties, and they say everything gonna be all right, man. I mean, I'm not taking away nothing from Tyreek. I'm not taking away nothing from uh Ivy and all them, man. But if you gonna press coverage, man, why they not jamming the receivers at the line of scrimmage? You just letting them get off the ball untouched when you playing press, and then this game here, I was about to say it was Tyreek again, but this time it was Cam Kitchen in two different plays, you know, where it was long catches on Tyreek. And I'm like, I don't know, is it I don't know if is it the players, you know, they not getting it on certain things, or is it the coaches at certain times? Because I'm like, the first half still, the quarterback from North Carolina had all day to pass the ball in the first half. Second half, the defense tightened up. And then you see receivers that we weren't even using, like Kobe Young. Remember, everybody was talking about how bad he looked in practice? And that's the thing I want to talk about. Just because you don't look good in practice don't mean you ain't going to look good in the game. Give all these guys a shot. If they don't show up in the game, then don't play them. Then you got that other boy, Isaiah Horton. He need to play. Or give him a shot to play. You know what I mean? But I wasn't mad as I usually would be about to watch it from the TV, because I actually saw everything. But the offensive line, it started looking bad when those two linemen got hurt. Jakai Clark and Oluwasu, whatever his last name is. When they
What his
got
name
hurt,
is?
man,
What his name is?
Oluwasu or Oluwasu, I think it's Oluwasu. But as soon as they got hurt, man, they couldn't open up no holes for the run game. We got a little bit of speed with the small running backs we got. Why are we not running those? We haven't ran one sweep this year. You got two good offensive tackles,
Man,
but you're not running
we
no
couldn't run
sweeps off
nothing
tackles.
Saturday though,
That's a
Derek,
good
man.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't run nothing Saturday though, dog. We couldn't run a tag Saturday, man. We couldn't run man, we couldn't run nothing Saturday though.
But if
It
you
looked
can't
like
run
we
it,
attempted to run one.
if you can't run outside, why you not going outside? He haven't run outside this year.
I agree.
I mean, God darn.
I don't know. I don't know if that's
And
true. Then we try to run one that opening drive with the guard was trying to pull, and they was trying to run to the outside, and they got that shit stuffed. They tried to do another outside, and Will Mallory missed the block. So I
Wow.
don't know if
but I
that's
will
just. I
say
don't know if it's just
those
that
are
answer.
those are stretch plays. So those are like 26 stretch plays, right? And I have to say, I saw one of those plays where Parrish could have bounced it outside and did his thing, but he was so concerned with following his block that his block didn't do what they had to do, and the play was cut short. And I was like, if he would have just went outside, he would have had daylight. So you know what I'm saying? Like a back, you have to be able to you got to have a vision to recognize that. Because when you see your offensive line getting pushed back like that, you gotta just make a play. So
I don't know, man. That's the easy thing to say. Just make a play. Them boys getting their shit pushed in.
nah,
It's
you
hard, bro.
saw it. If your lineman, if they you get the ball and they already in your lap, but you could do something else instead of waiting for them to develop the play, then go ahead and do that, because especially during you just got to have
Damn.
that awareness and be like, yo, this ain't working, but this is the play that they called, but let me try to do something else and see if I could pick up 5 yards.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Shout
it
out to
is what
Cost
it
Game
is.
$5. Problem is TBD is not scambling quarterback. The problem is TBD is not a scambling quarterback. Other teams know this. TBD got out that pocket Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
man,
can move. He just
the
ain't got no wiggle.
commentators
He
was
can
picking
move a
at him.
little bit.
Huh? The commentator picking on what they say.
Yeah, man, there was like, well, he did get out of the pocket, but man, did that run take a long time. I was
And we had some key plays where they dropped passes, man, that would have won that game. And I still can't believe that Rooster fumbled that ball, man. This by his what, 6 or 7 fumble since he been playing running back.
He was devastated too, dog.
He was devastated. I was devastated that I got to drive 5 hours back home.
Nobody feel worse than him. Nobody feel worse than him.
And as good as Mallory played, he dropped the key pass.
Yeah, he did.
And a bunch and some key blocks too. That Mallory shit, man. I'm over that.
Hey, we almost ain't got nobody left.
Right. And that's
man,
what I'm
listen,
hoping.
boy, I put them nobodies out there. Let them nobodies play. We got 3 more of them, so throw them on out there.
And I hate to be like this, but I hope TVD has like 4 or 5 more games just like this, and I hope Mallory has 4 or 5 more games just like this, because
so they won't
that
come
means.
Back.
Hey, you said it, not me.
I already knew where he was going with it. I think TVD is gonna be on fire the rest of the year, man. I'm for real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Y'all trying to tell me y'all don't want. TVD was in the rhythm. The running backs caught the ball. It's like a lot of. I guess if we had the playmakers, you know what I'm saying, like when McGahee done played. It's a lot of dinking and dunking, you know what I'm saying? If you had the playmakers on the field.
It looked like he simplified the offense, Streeter. It looked like they simplified the offense.
Oh, it's simple.
It looked like they simplified the offense, man.
Well, I hear Restrepo working really hard. He's gonna try to get back.
I think he's gonna be there by the Florida State game.
Yeah, I heard Restrepo pushing it, dog.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Nah, that's good. If we don't win that, we got to beat that one, man. Come on, bro. We got to win that
No,
one.
I'm saying I don't know if that's good or bad, because right now TVD is being forced to go through all his receivers and shit, and not just rely on X and key on one. That was a big problem when he was struggling. So I don't want him to start favoring his favorite receiver again. We need that ball spread it around. We need opportunities for everybody.
Hey, at this point, I take anything. At this point, I take anything. At this point, that's how bad.
It sounds like they're about to try to find like a happy, like the offense is in there somewhere.
I see the improvement.
Whatever they trying to do.
I see the improvement, man. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I'm mad we lost, I see the trajectory. Because I mean, they lost on simple plays. If they would have caught any of those 4 bad plays that they missed to capitalize on 3rd and 4th down, even if we would have went for the field goals, we would have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the A&M game. Look what everybody said at the A&M game. Oh man, A&M not that good. They almost beat Alabama. They should have beat them.
Where they played at Alabama?
In Alabama, they should have beat them. I watched that game.
Right?
Yes, again.
They didn't get.
They beat them last year. They beat them last year with the backup quarterback.
No, Alabama backup quarterback played.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I'm saying last year
they didn't get the Bryce treatment.
Yeah, the Texas A&M backup quarterback beat them last year.
But A&M, they kind of like us in a way.
Every game is a story, bro. Now listen to me, man. Every game is a story, right? Every game is a story. Like y'all realizing yet that it's hard to do that. Y'all realizing that, right? Like if you keep looking at Middle Tennessee getting their face stumped in, it's gonna make you cry. Every game is a story. Like it's not like, oh, we beat them, so they could beat them. That's really not, you know what I'm saying? You see the young kid Stewart, the wide receiver, did his thing versus Alabama. He didn't play against us. So every game is its own story. What's wild to me is to watch. And if y'all didn't know, I mean, that first touchdown, the long touchdown, they were in cover 2. And I think Cam, basically Cam's supposed to have help over the top. And what they're saying is that they've never seen, like, in 2 weeks, 6 deep balls thrown like that. Like not even when the Hurricanes were good. This is what Gary Furman was saying today. Not even when we were good and we had all those great wide receivers, Like we've never like hit like on 6 deep balls in 2 games. Still say he's never seen it before. Like he's never had a defense that just got gutted like that on big plays. I think all that stuff has to do with cohesiveness, communication, everything that happens, man, when you get a new coaching staff in and you're trying to get stuff down pat. I think it's the growing pains, bro. I think it's the growing pains. I think Rooster fumbling is what goes when you don't know how to win. Mallory dropping on 3rd down. That stuff happens to you when you don't know how to win. When the culture is not there, you don't have the confidence to win a game. When Miami was winning, y'all remember stuff just used to happen our way at the end of the games. They would just make plays. Like they would just make plays at the end of the game because they believed that they could win. And Miami's far from that. They're far from that. But that's what they're trying to instill. Shout out to the fans for coming out Saturday because when Blades tried to tip that ball in, that place was fired up, bro. It was about 40,000 in there, and they were, I don't know what it looked like on TV, but it was more people there than I thought.
Hey, that stadium was rocking when he tipped that ball, and I thought it was a legal play until they showed they showed that he stepped out of bounds. I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
And
you finna say something, Rich?
Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, real quick. I remember Mehdi mentioned this in the post game show, but that documentary about the 08 Olympics,
the Redeem Team,
and that final missing piece of the puzzle was getting Kobe Bryant, right? And Kobe was the coach on the field. Kobe was that leader that was going to not only make the play, but get up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning to go do workouts when everybody else was just coming back from the club. I think we just for some reason don't have that dude. You saw James Williams and shout out to him, man, because he went and played his role, and I think his plays changed because I think he's accepting of really being in the box and being an in the box safety, almost like a linebacker. And and you see how much his play has flourished. You would like for him to be that type of guy, to be like a Kobe Bryant, but I think you get guys like a Ray Lewis who just fires everybody up, or Santana Moss who's just the emotional leader. And when they come on campus, you know it. You just know it. So I don't know if we have that guy yet who is going to hold people accountable, not only with their play on the field, but with their work ethic off the field. But I think once we get a guy like that and we start establishing that type of culture again, where that person is the captain of that team on the field when the coaches are off the field, I think you'll start to see a difference with guys in executing, because they'll be held to a higher standard.
You don't think Cam is some of that?
I think Cam needs to have an All-American season to be solidified as that guy.
But James Williams used to talk. What they muted him when he won't say nothing this year?
What you mean?
He used to be emphatic and hyped up and talk mess to the opposing players. And this year he won't say nothing. It's like he's scared to get a penalty or something by opening their mouth. I'm serious.
James talk trash out there.
I was looking for him, man, because man, these last 2 games, man, we could have easily won, man. That's what aggravates me, man. If we ain't been blowed out, we ain't been beat down or nothing. And both games we lost, we came back on them, but we should have never had to come back. We should have been leading from the beginning. I don't understand it. The first half, man, we just in quicksand.
How was the ride home, bro?
I'm gonna tell you, I would have had a miserable ride home if I wouldn't have met Lamar Thomas and Christine Jones right after the game, man. They came over to my truck. We talked about an hour and a half, man.
You met Lamar Thomas, what he said?
Hey, I ain't gonna tell you everything. Not on here anyway. I can say they both said they ain't got no dogs on the team. They gotta wait to 2023 to get them dogs. He said they ain't got no dogs in there. Both of them said the same thing.
I would love to find out who Duke winning with. I would love to find out.
Right.
I would love to see who the fuck Kansas State walking in these stadiums with.
I'm telling you.
Get it rain.
Who else out there kicking
that point
ass?
you making, Streeter? That point you making, Streeter, is what get a lot of guys frustrated being Miami fans, especially me, because I'm a guy that looks at the game in depth wise and from a coaching perspective. And it's easy to say we need this guy, we need this kind of dog, and it's all true. But if I can look at this team over here with nobody, with 3 stars, manufacture points, and I look at this team over here with not a single 5-star, get off to a 4-0 or 4-1 season start, it makes me look at my team and be like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, we can't give you all the resources at once, but you got some. So why can't you do better? It gets frustrating with that shit, man.
Well, what it is because what it is it's a program, dog. It's culture. You're trying to get 80 kids on the same page. So when people say, wait till Mario get his guys in here, right? You know what I think that really means? It doesn't really mean, because Mario probably is going to recruit a bigger, better player. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't really mean Mario guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Mario in there like, man, these ain't my guys, these many guys. It's more so of what you get indoctrinated into. Like, it's more so of Kobe Young introduction into football. It's Mario's way, right? Like the running back out of Louisiana. Only way he knows is Mario's way.
Right.
So when they're saying that, it's not saying, I don't think it's so much about the guys they recruit, more so of the guys that are being introduced to football. They come in, it's like we was in boot camp, they stand on the line, it's their first day here, and then you got the stretching the distance coach, he going off on them, he going crazy, and they get indoctrinated into what the culture of that Mario wants to have in place. They don't have any other thought process of Golden, Manny, anything else that we used to do. Like, they ain't got none of that. Because you got to understand, you're messing with kids. You understand? I remember when I was 19, my mind was on 2 or 3 things, and y'all can kind of figure out what it was. I didn't have this logic that I have now. As an older guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is Philip said something to me the other day. We were just talking about this. He was saying, hey, what you ain't got on the roster got to be filled in with coaching. That's it.
Yeah.
Will it happen year one? Very hard to happen year one. It is. But what you don't have on the roster is going to have to be filled in with coaching. Talk to me, Derek. We're finna get up out of here.
Okay. When I be talking about dogs, I don't be talking about the star rating. I'm talking about they got a mentality that losing is unacceptable. Even when you lose, losing is nothing cool about losing. That's what I was talking about. And like you said, the guy from Louisiana coming as a freshman, he gonna be indoctrinated where losing is unacceptable. And when you get that in your mind that losing is unacceptable, then that's when you're gonna bring the dog that you didn't know you had inside of you. It's gonna come out.
Right.
But it's not about stars. You're right. That's not what I meant. But it's like, how do we go 10 to 15 years? You know, how do we go 10 to 15 years without having a dog? I know we've had some, but yet we still lose. And I know it takes everything. Don't get it twisted. But it just seems like something is not clicking when you have when you do have a dog, when you do have a Shaq Quarterman that's willing to give his life for this game out there on the field, we have these guys and we still can't get over fucking 7-5 and 8-4. Like it gets frustrating to watch this. That's all I'm saying.
Like you said, it takes everything. You had the dogs, but you didn't have the coaching. Now we got the coaching and we shout on dogs.
Right. Because that O line, Mehdi said it once again, during the post game wrap up. It's like they reverted back to who they were.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what usually happens. You revert back to the means.
Yeah.
So man, make sure y'all hit the like button for us. We got 140 in here, man. We should have at least 100 likes. Hit the like button for us, man. If you want to become a member in the football villain, that's where all the information is. That's where all the inside stuff is. Hit the join button. And all the free stuff is subscribe, alert. That's all free. So hit the like button for us right now. I'm in here. I'm trying to see this. People gonna get ready to get up out of here, bro. Who played Monday night tonight, bro?
Oakland and Kansas City.
Oakland and Kansas City. Y'all want to say anything before y'all get up out of here, man?
I'll be down there for the Florida State game.
You like us? You like us versus Florida State?
Yes, very much. More than I thought I would. Florida State defense is suspect to me. If TBD play like he did.
Nah, I just want to just say, man, I think I'm with Derek. I think it's coming along. You see certain progressions. It's coming along, and I think we're gonna finish off a season. I'm not being idealistic, but I think we're gonna finish off the season better than what we probably feeling right now. I think it's starting to come along. As long as we have no more damn setbacks.
What about you, Rich? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I want to second that and just say, with our offense, when it's properly installed and the guys get it, I think it's an offense that, it's a high IQ offense. And I think that guys are really going to flourish under it, from O linemen to quarterback to receivers. So it's just, you got to get more time under tension, got to get more reps. And that's the only way you're going to get better. Go out there and improve on your craft every single day till you get it. So we looked a lot better than we did, so.
You said, what about me?
Yeah.
Before
we get out of here, dog. Matey, you be fighting the keyboard? You be banging that keyboard up, Matey.
No, I'm doing something else at the same time. So my mouse is right next to the mic. Same thing. It kind of, reiterating everything everybody else said. And like I said, it's a process, man. This shit's not gonna come in a day or two. It's gonna take quite a few days to get us to where we at. Like I said, it's easy. It's easy to forget, man, because all we can do right now is like go on YouTube and look at like the 01 Miami team, greatest team ever, and all that shit. But it's easy to forget too. Like, hey, there was a time when that Miami team had their growing pains under the guy who, Mario's OG, right? So give it time, let it work itself out. Nightmare's over. You just gotta buy into that process, and it's gonna take time. So that's all I got. Appreciate the platform as always.
Nobody remembers the growing pains, dog. Nobody.
Never. It's part of the journey.
Nobody ever remembers the growing pains. Nobody ever remembers them wanting to fire Butch Davis. Like literally, I don't know if they were flying planes, but they literally wanted Butch Davis gone.
Yeah, they were flying planes for Butch. That's where it started from, if I'm not mistaken.
And now, literally, for the last 8 years, y'all wanted him back. I'm not listening to y'all, man. I ain't got time. So, all right, man, let's get ready to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, boys, all right?
We appreciate it, man.
You. Rich, you wanted to say something, dog? All right, man. 786-405-9499. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, just send me a text. 786-405-9499. If you ever wondered what this picture is behind me, it's a picture I had made, kind of like a tribute to Footballville and all the players that I've covered. But that's not all the players I've covered. There's a small handful of the players I covered. If you go follow us on Instagram, you can see that we're starting to put out some content with some old plays and new plays of kids when they were in youth football, and you can see them doing some of the same stuff in college football. Go follow us at Footballville Nation on Instagram. Check that out. But yeah, that's what that is, man. Is Amari Cooper, all these guys that cover that in the NFL, Teddy Bridgewater, Jerry Jeudy, Lamar Jackson, Dalvin Cook. But they couldn't get all of them on one picture. Well, maybe if we made them really, 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 really small. So that whole concept is where the NFTs and all that stuff come from. And we're going to watch it come together, man. So listen, man, don't put out something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm D, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm out of here.